Welcome to Getting Real with John Natale. I'm your host, John Natale. Today, episode 52, 1 year can change your life. Episode 52 means something really, really deep for me because this is 1 year from the launch of Getting Real. And we've delivered weekly episodes for you, a couple replays here and there on some really, really banger of episodes that I dropped throughout the year. Every single Wednesday, there's been a new episode, and I'm proud as hell of that. Anybody who runs a podcast, anybody who just creates content, does anything in that regard, to stick with something and have it be consistent for a year is a big deal. And I am so damn grateful for you for listening to this podcast, listening to my voice, watching this on YouTube, however you've digested it over the last year. I am honestly, eternally grateful to you for tuning in. We have a very big mission here at Getting Real, at all of our Natale companies, that is to fundamentally redesign the real estate industry so less real estate agents fail, more find the life of their dreams. And I think we are executing on that. Whether people come into our coaching program or not, just by listening to this, digesting some of the content, I am very, very hopeful that you as an agent have gotten better. And if you have, all I ask you to do is to share this episode, share episodes that you love with friends, other colleagues that you have, share it to your Instagram story, anything you can do to help spread the message so we can keep reaching more and more agents to help them succeed as well. I'd be even more grateful for you. If you're here in New Jersey, you're an agent in New Jersey, you're listening to this, you're saying, I kind of like John's message. Maybe I should join Natale Realtors. Reach out to us. Down below is a link to get some more information on what we're doing, our brand new 100% commission model for agents here in New Jersey. Please, we are here helping our agents succeed in New Jersey. If you're in one of the other 49 other states or even international at this point, we have an unbelievable and dynamic coaching program on helping people grow their business and grow their life. Anything you see us doing here is what we help agents across the country do with our coaching program. It's that simple. We are not the coaches that are up in an ivory hill tower, not worrying about what the hell's going on. We are in the trenches. We are having conversations with clients, myself and any of our coaches in our coaching program. All are active in the industry and are helping other people across the country grow their brand, grow their business, just like they did with me. We all know the industry has changed quite a bit. And if you're looking out and you're a little confused, you're not getting leadership from your brokerage is stuck in 2017, it's not in 2024, going into 2025. Guys, it's time to level up your game. It is time to join a coaching program that fits your needs. And if Natale Coaching is of any interest to you, all I tell you to do is go to natalecoaching.com, look at what we do, look at all the pricing, look at everything. All the details are there. And at the very bottom, if you're moderately interested, you can book a call directly with me right into my schedule, and then I will see you at your appointment. For today, though, our 52nd episode, a year ago today, I dropped the first episode of Getting Real, which was Why Am I Getting Real? And I talked about all the different challenges I see agents having and why I think I should be putting out whatever helpful content I can put out. But the power of this episode, the message from this episode, is that 1 year can change your life. And when I look back at what my life was a year ago versus what my life is today, especially what our business is, it is two dramatically different things. We now pull income in probably 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 different ways that we do not pull from last year. We now have a extremely profitable business versus one that is getting by, doing okay, providing, but nothing special. We are now impacting more and more and more families in our area than we were a year ago. It's not just this podcast. A year ago, a little over a year ago, is when I started going all in on content creation, okay? And this message doesn't have to be you have to do content. This doesn't mean you have to start a podcast. What I want you to get from me talking right now is I want you to commit to something for your life. I committed to something a year ago, and now my life is completely different. And I said I'm not going to wake up. At the time, I said I'm going to put my head down. I'm not going to wake up for at least 6 months. And when I woke up 6 months later, my life was really starting to change. And now I'm telling you, it's 365 days. I'm not asking you to grind, say forget your family, do all this other stuff, even at any point. But I'm not saying to do all this for 10 years of your life. I'm looking out and saying, There has never been a better time to commit to something, whether it be your personal brand, whether it be prospecting, whether it be open houses, whether it be past client events. I don't care what it is. I want you to commit to something for the next 365 days. I want you to commit to it because I know, and you probably know deep inside, that if you do, your life will be dramatically different when you wake up a year from now. It is that simple. I remember right before I went all in on content creation, I was sitting there, probably like you do. I get caught doing it from time to time still nowadays. And I was just scrolling down. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see me imaginary scrolling right now. And for some reason, I stopped at this one video. I was scrolling, just like we all do. And I stopped at this one video. And it was this creator. And they said, you know what? I didn't think this could happen to me. However, I went all in on this about 6 months ago. And look at what my profile was and look at what my profile is now. And I looked down and I said, okay, if this person can do it, I can do it too. And I want you, if you're listening to this, you can't see, but there's nothing special about how I look. I'm not really even that intelligent, if we're being honest. What I am is consistent. I get content out there. I have committed to creating the content. I've committed to getting a little bit better each and every time. Even my podcast episodes, everything. I just try to get a little bit better each time. Are they dramatically better over a year? Yeah, but each and every time, it's just a little smidge better. But that's all I committed to, is staying consistent, figuring things out, figuring what makes people tick, figuring out what elicits an opinion. And this is what's worked for me. If I look back earlier in my career, around 2014, 2015, I put my head down and I said, I'm going to get over the fear of dialing the phone. I'm going to get over the fear of prospecting, and I'm going to commit to calling for at least 6 months. Lo and behold, it worked. Because when you commit to something and you stay consistent, your life will change. And the issue so many of us run into is we commit to something, but we commit wholeheartedly and we do it for a month. And we say, it didn't work. I know John said it was going to work. It's not going to work. Now let me go do something else. Go from doing this type of video, now I'm doing that type of video. Do that one for a month. Didn't work either. Now I'm going to say, you know what, content, video, not for me. Let me go pick up the phone, make calls. Like we're gonna get scripts. We're gonna look on YouTube. We're gonna research all different scripts. We're gonna go back to John's earlier episodes on prospecting. We're gonna do all this, and we're gonna get ready to do some prospecting. And then we do some prospecting for a month, for 2 months. Doesn't really work out. You need to wholeheartedly commit to something, and I want you to do it for a year. And I know that sounds like a long period of time, but in the grand spectrum, if you have 85 to 90 good ones, give yourself the opportunity to commit to something for a year. And if you need help committing to something for a year and you need someone to hold you accountable, then you are the perfect candidate to join our Natale coaching program. I'm not here to upsell you, but that's the truth. If you need someone to hold you accountable to doing some of these things, that's exactly what we do. We give you the guidance and we hold you accountable to do them. That's the reality of the situation, guys. If you commit to doing something for 1 year, you will see success on the other side. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. If you make phone calls every single day, at least the 5 days of the work week, if you make phone calls 5 days of the week for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you talk to at least 10 to 15 people per day, you are going to have a great listing-based business within a year. If you prop up your phone right in front of you, and you talk to it, and you record videos, and you get a little bit better each and every one, and you put up one video per day for the next year, those 365 videos are going to bring you business. And you're probably going to have built out a personal brand. If you commit to doing an open house every weekend, you commit to doing, let's say, anywhere from 50 to 70 open houses over the next year. Yes, I know that I'm doing the math here. I know that means some weekends you're doing 2. If you commit to doing 50 to 70 open houses over the next year, where we are seeing a lot of people are only really coming through open houses with the NAR changes. So there's no better time to make this your commitment. You are going to have a great buyer side business within a year. The problem people make, and I don't want this to be you, and I'm going to stress it here at the very end. Do not commit to something and let yourself go after 2 months. Do not commit to something and then say, oh, I'm going on vacation. And then you get back and, I'm not doing it anymore. Do not commit to something. You get a little sick. Your kid gets sick. You take 3-4 days off, and then it becomes a habit that you're no longer doing anymore. Say to yourself, you're going to commit to doing something for a year. That's exactly what I did with this podcast. And honestly, the viewership is 10 times what it was in the beginning. My social channels are probably 100 times what they were when I started. I am not someone who went massively viral with one video. I've built this from the ground floor, stepping up each and every time, okay? And our business is more profitable than ever. We have so many clients reaching out to work with us directly because of the personal brand I built and the personal brands that agents at our company are now able to build themselves just by learning. And we are absolutely absolutely crushing it right now compared to what we were doing a year ago. So please, if anything, all I want you to do, you could never listen to another episode of this podcast. I hope you do. But if you could never listen to another one, I want you to leave this podcast right now, committing to doing something for the next year. Do it for the next year. See how your life changes.